We've got a secret weapon so secret that even she doesn't know about it. Hey everyone, welcome to Prince of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with Season 3, Episode 7 of Fire Force. And something is going on with Iris. She's unlocking some new element to her power. We don't know exactly what it is, but it seems very defensively capable and extremely powerful enough to even be able to stop Dragon's attack. So that's interesting. I wonder how long we're going to take to actually touch on that. Because it feels like it should be tackled right away, but I get this feeling that it won't be. Mind you, it's escaping at this point is probably a good idea. We've defeated Burns and everything, and so we kind of need to get Obi, get him safe and out of there, get everyone else out of there. I guess we'll see how this goes. But it's seeming like we're about to finish out this arc, and then we're gonna have one more short arc in this season, or in this part of the season, I should say, because I believe what it's doing is this is a single core, then we're going to take a break for a season, and then in the fall, we're going to come back for the next core of the season. And I think it's just 2 cores, right? Unless I'm mistaken and it's 3. But either way, it's definitely going to really kick off. I don't think we're going to have a lot of time for any low points at this time. But we'll see. We'll see exactly how it goes. So let's get into this and see what this episode has in store for us. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So yeah, it seems very much like that is what we're getting from that. The infernal insects, whatever they're called. I don't remember if they had a specific name. They probably did, and I'm just not misremembering, but not remembering at all. But they were being, I guess, ground up and cut up and everything with the food and being fed to the sisters in training, such as Iris and Hibana. And clearly Sister Sumire is in on it and was probably even the one behind it to some degree. And Hibana's realizing that could have connection with their powers. But also, on top of that, she's realizing the connection with the fact that all the sisters are being given flower names as representative of the sisters basically being a crop themselves for the Whiteclads, for the Holy Soul Empire. That it's all been this big ruse from the beginning. And with the fact that the fire that took the orphanage and most of or not the orphanage, convent, and most of the sisters and everyone there, with that not being an accident, with that clearly being intentional, I'm wondering if, Iris and Hibana surviving was intended as well. Maybe the others weren't taking to the shit going down with the insects. Maybe it wasn't working quite right on them, but it's because it worked on Hibana and Iris. They were they were allowed to live through that. And the actual fire could have been maybe caused to get rid of evidence of everything else. That's the only things I could think of. But we'll probably find out next episode. Either way, it's very clear that this was some crazy fuck shit that was going down, and that this was all like human experimentation, which fully fits in with everything we've gotten with this series. And it just feels like it's more akin to everything behind the scenes having like been facilitated by the Whiteclads from the beginning. We kind of came to assume that the Whiteclads like taking over the Holy Soul Empire is more of a newer thing, but I don't think it quite is. I think they've been pulling the strings since the start, and this is just them like, you know, more actively coming into power. We also see the escape from the Whiteclads in this, though apparently that was all according to Hamea's predictions. But we also see that Benny is strong enough to take on pretty much anyone there. I mean, he would definitely have trouble taking them on alone, but like even Dragon, he was able to hold out against. But like Inca and the others, like their attacks couldn't like do anything to him because of his how his powers work and all. It's pretty crazy just how intense this is getting. But like I said, we're kind of entering the end game, so it needs to. Everyone did manage to escape though, so it was successful. The bugs that were on Obi were destroyed by Joker. Everything kind of like worked out. And of course, the Whiteclads and the Holy Soul Empire threw a pointless funeral for Captain Burns that really was just to, you know, accuse the Eighth of treachery and stuff. It was just a motivated attack more than anything. So even the other members of the First had seen through that, and they ended up going to help Hibana because they heard about her research. So yeah, everything seems to be really headed in a direction where we're gonna find some crazy shit out. Like, not only are we getting like bigger battles and more intense situations and, you know, shit going down in terms of the action side of things, but we're also getting lore. A lot of big lore that's going to really change how we see everything. And that's good. Excuse me. That's more of what I want to find out. Because I like the great action sequences and stuff. But I also want to very much see or learn about the history behind everything and everything that's gone on in this series so far. So that's turning out to be great. And like I said in the reaction, I just like that Hibana's relevant again. She like just disappeared from relevancy for so long, and it really sucked because she, let's be honest, Hibana's one of the more fascinating characters, and not just because she's hot, not just because she has Dami Mommy energy. Those are true, but she's interesting because of her past, and we're getting to see that now. We're seeing how her fascinating past with Iris and the others at the convent is coming into play as a major story beat. And it makes sense with what is being unveiled that this would not come into play until now. But I still feel like they could have done more with Hibana. Like Hibana had this almost kind of crush on Shinra, and they've done practically nothing with that either. It's like, I mean, I'm not saying that they needed to, but I just would have liked something more with her. It just feels like her character was just kind of forgotten about for a while. And I feel like they could have done a lot more. And mind you, we had other characters to focus on, of course. We had like Burns and Benny and the old guy. I can't remember his name offhand. So I get why they were trying to like spread the focus around, but I don't know. With Hibana's role, almost seemed too important to just drop like that. Maybe that's just me, but like having her like not really be a character in season 2 at all was really disappointing. So I'm glad that she's back, and I'm glad she's being a major player again. And I assume she's going to interact with the Eighth after this entire situation because of what's going on with Iris. So that's going to be fascinating to delve into. Um, I'm thinking that's probably going to be like the rest of this, the final arc for this part of the season. That we're going to focus on all of this going down, and that's going to leave off for the next core in the fall. Um, it's getting really fascinating and really exciting, but I definitely feel like we need to see where this goes. Either way, Sister Sumire is definitely a villain here, and it's going to be like, can she fight? I wonder, because if not, she's, I don't know, here to taunt Hibana, or maybe like her revealing information is going to be like part of the plan. I don't know. We'll find out. So all of that being said, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of Fire Force Season 3. As always, no spoilers. I am anime only, and I wish to remain as such, so please don't tell me what's going to happen. I want to remain as spoiler-free as possible, because I feel it gives the best reactions. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in, and for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.